First question's from Rowan Kavner. Go ahead.
Hey Jake, just after all the buildup and everything to getting to that point, what was it like to make the debut?
It was awesome. Kind of open, as a kid. You just be able to do it in this uniform too. It's just extra special. It's been a crazy journey. I've been with a couple teams, and like I said, to get that first opportunity with a team like this, an organization like this, from top to bottom, it's just been incredible, and I'm just so thankful and blessed to be here in this uniform, and it was a really great day.
How did this all kind of materialize for you? I mean, obviously, I know you were with another team, even a month ago, but Dodgers bring you over. Did you have an idea that the call up might be coming at some point this month, or I mean, how did that kind of come about?
Yeah, I mean, so this was my first year of free agency, off season, and the Dodgers, came after me pretty hard, and we ended up going with the team who, we thought we were going to have a better opportunity with, just based on bullpen availability and success, in the past last year, and so it was kind of cool. I was with the Angels for a couple months and had a pretty slow start, and just kind of I had an opt out on June 1st, and thinking, and it was kind of needing a fresh start maybe, and just hoping that the Dodgers maybe were still going to be interested. And so, my wife and I and my agent decided to take that opt out and make that decision. And luckily, the Dodgers were still interested. So signed with them and got to OKC. I to be honest, like a month ago, I was driving from Salt Lake to Oklahoma City, and I wasn't really sure what to expect. I knew I felt valued. I felt that they had a plan for me, which I think contributed to me getting here. I think in the past, like, I've been sort of like a long relief guy, and a guy who didn't have really a solidified role. But as soon as I got here, kind of talking to some people in the front office and the coaching staff in AAA, and even here, just knowing that I'm knowing my strengths, and really wanting to have more of a role in the bullpen, as being a guy who's going to face a lot of righties, and hopefully do my job and get those guys out, as opposed to somebody who's going to go out there and throw 50 pitches and 3 innings or whatever comes first. So it's just crazy, and I just, like I said, from the get-go, and even in the off season, not signing here, I just felt very valued, and I felt like they had a role for me, which is pretty cool.
And then last from me, I mean, what's just this last kind of week been like in the Reed household? I read that your wife obviously is an Olympian. Is she in Japan now? Have you guys been like able to keep in touch through all of this? I mean, what's that been like?
Yeah, she flew to Japan probably 3 or 4 days ago. The time change is obviously pretty dramatic, so I woke her up yesterday when I got the call from Doc. It was probably like 3 a.m. there, so I called her, FaceTimed her. She woke up luckily, and we had a quick conversation, and she was half asleep, but it was cool. I'm glad. Obviously wish she could be here, but it was a special phone call. One that, she's been with me through a lot of this and through my career, and has grinded it out with me in the minor leagues. And it was a really cool thing to be able to call her and to call my parents, and just a special day.
Thanks, Jake.
Next question from Kirsten Watson. Go ahead, Kirsten.
Hey, Jake. Welcome to the team. It's nice to meet you. Dave shared with us yesterday, and you kind of just hit on it, that you are a guy that can get righties out. Could you just kind of break down what you would say that your strengths are and what you really add to this team?
Yeah, I think you said it, and Doc said it, and it's kind of been my role since I've gotten here. Even in AAA, I was facing a lot of righties, and we played some teams with a lot of righties, and the same here with the Marlins. And going in situations like that, with the one-run lead, a few righties up in the lineup, and obviously throwing a lot of sliders. It's been, I think that role, like I said, it's kind of been the first time that I've been in something specific like that. But I think it's played a big part in my success at this point in a Dodger uniform, and hopefully we'll continue to get better. There are obviously a lot of things that I need to continue in to get better. I think some pitch sequencing and stuff here where I feel like I'm in the best organization to do that, to improve and to get even better. So I'm thrilled about the role, and as far as really kind of sticking with my strengths. And obviously I'm not, we're not afraid of lefties. I know that at points of this season I'm going to have to face them and get them out. But it's nice to feel like I'm valued for what I'm really good at, as opposed to maybe being afraid of what I'm not as good at. So I really appreciated being here and being in more of a solidified role like that.
And I know that you were able to get the ball yesterday for your first strikeout. Was the plan for that? What are you going to do with it? And what was the reaction from your family as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to get that one out of the way early. So I'm glad I did, and threw a good pitch and a 3-2 pound good slider. And I'm sure that ball is being put in like a case or something. And I think Alex, our equipment manager, said that we'll be getting that in LA. So yeah, they were obviously really excited. That was another big moment, and I wish I could have seen their reactions and stuff. But yeah, it was a good pitch, and I was happy to get that one out of the way where you could just kind of think about competing and not so much about just having to get that first strikeout.
Thank you, Jake, and congratulations.
Yeah.
Last questions for Michael Duarte. Go ahead.
Hi, Jake. Michael with NBCLA. Congratulations. Nice to virtually meet you. We published a story yesterday about you and your wife both accomplishing your dreams, I guess, your major league debut and her going for that Olympic gold medal. When you spoke to her, you said you spoke to her. What was that kind of like? And I know it's a few weeks away, but how have you decided on you're going to be trying to watch those games while she's playing and with the time difference and everything?
Yeah, the conversation was it was brief, and like I said, I'm glad she heard her phone and woke up, and we, she told me that if I heard anything throughout the day to just call her, so I woke her up, and like I said, she was still half asleep, so it was kind of it was in and out, but I mean, it's just kind of par for the course for our life, it's just kind of weird and wonky, and like just doing this thing from distance, and both of us kind of living our careers out. We've had to do this a lot, and so like I said, I obviously wish she was here, but yeah, it was a special moment, special conversation, in our marriage. But she's excited, she's prepared, she's pushed me and motivated me to keep going and keep grinding and working hard in the off season. It's really cool to have your best friend and your wife is in the gym with you every day, training at the same place, and then just mentally like going through a lot of this same stuff that I'm going through with this game just demands a lot of you in every way, and so she understands that side of it, which is pretty unique. And it's nice too that like she's an outfielder and a hitter, and I'm a pitcher, because I feel like we both know stay in our own lanes and stuff. But it's been a cool journey, and the schedule, because of the time change, is going to be difficult as far as watching the games live. A lot of the games, well, I think the first game maybe starts at like midnight. So I'll be able to watch that one. I think there's a couple games where it's like having to wake up really early in the morning, but I'm definitely gonna, do whatever I have to do to watch her play, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for her, and she's worked harder than anybody I've been around to put herself in, this situation to hopefully help her team win a gold medal. So I'm gonna do whatever I can to support her and watch every pitch.